You, what is your profession? I'm a potter.
Spartans! What is your profession?
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
We are with you, sire.
This is where they die.
For Sparta, for freedom.
Today, no Spartan dies.
Prepare for glory.
Remember this day, Spartan, for it will be yours. This is madness. A long time. This is Sparta.
You, what is your profession? I'm a potter.
Spartans! What is your profession?
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
We are with you, sire.
This is where they die.
For Sparta, for freedom.
Today, no Spartan dies.
Prepare for glory.
Remember this day, Spartan, for it will be yours. This is madness. A long time. This is Sparta.
You, what is your profession? I'm a potter.
Spartans! What is your profession?
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
We are with you, sire.
This is where they die.
For Sparta, for freedom.
Today, no Spartan dies.
Prepare for glory.
Remember this day, Spartan, for it will be yours. This is madness. A long time. This is Sparta.
What's going on, y'all? You already know what it is. This your boy Tunensports. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. It's gonna be a short stream. Well, I'm gonna try to make it a short stream. Long story short. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. The whole Cavaliers season coming to an end, and now we come to the question marks with JB Bickerstaff being the head coach. That's going for further. There's a lot of things that Kobe Altman did say. I gotta finish. I didn't look at the whole thing. I gotta finish it. But everybody exiting the speech, I gotta continue to check it out. But strictly, we talking about JB Bickerstaff, of course, and his job security. Yeah. So is JB staying? Is JB staying, man? Basically, the Cleveland Cavaliers president of basketball operations, Kobe Altman, he basically is, according to Cleveland.com and Cavs reporter, Chris Fedor, he's saying that basically, Kobe Altman told them and another outlet in a private chat that JB Bickerstaff isn't going anywhere. When he asked if the Cavs is fully committed to him, it seems like he will be the remaining head coach going to next season, as I sort of expected for now, though, right? Now it's not like we haven't seen coaches get fired in the past before while still coaching the Cavaliers. At the end of the day, this is a business. This is a business at the end of the day, no feelings involved. So if things like Dan Gilbert, right, who they say is not really hands-on like he used to be, how he used to be, right? So Kobe Altman in that front office is really handling things. So let's say if Dan Gilbert tells Kobe to make this happen, like make this move, he's gonna do it. I mean, he's got no choice. He's gonna do it. And if Donovan Mitchell tells Kobe like, oh, if Kobe wants him to stay at least, or he say, oh, I'll sign a contract extension, but JB got to go, then it's going to happen, right? Most likely, Lion get fired for JB, and they put it in nice words, basically saying when they fired him, they was like parting ways, but demoting him right to like I forgot what it was, like a scout or something with player development. Something like that, but they still fired him. Long story short, they fired Beeline. Then you have David Blatt. David Blatt got let go after reaching the finals. his first year, right? Um, and they fired him like during the second season. It was still going on for Tyronn Lue. And let's be honest, Coach Black was he was way in over his head, right? I don't think he was built to coach a team of LeBron and Kyrie, them type of dudes. I don't think he was built to coach them guys. And then they fired Tyronn Lue after going 0 for 6, I think it was. It was 0 and 6, but Ty Lue got fired because he basically went against the front office and other stuff. But he went against the front office. So I felt like Ty Lue asked for it, kinda, in a sense. Um, but pertaining to JB Bickerstaff, in his NBA coaching career, we could go over his career going back to 2004 to 2005. JB Bickerstaff, he's not new to this. He was an assistant coach for the Bobcats. Then he moved with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then we all know his stint with the Houston Rockets before coming to interim head coach for them after the firing of Kevin McHale, and them getting to the the playoffs after that season. And Houston did finish with a 37-34 record throughout the rest of that 2015-2016 season. And he spent 2 years as associate head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies before being promoted to the team's head coach back in 2018. And some people feel like that was he was done wrong with that before he was fired. He was fired. So like JB spent 4 seasons so far with Cleveland, and then one as the head coach, because he took over when he took over. He took Beeline was the coach, and before the bubble, but JB has taken over as the official head coach. And he got us to 50 wins, and that's big, that's huge, that's an accomplishment, right? For him and this young Cavs team, and his dad Bernie Bickerstaff. It's not like he don't know the game. His dad was a coach. He been around coaches for years. So when and winning 50 games in this NBA is definitely not an easy thing to do for some people. But if you have the team, you should be able to do it. But this year proved for us that the regular season really don't matter. It matters if you're trying to make the playoffs and if you're trying to build team chemistry and good habits along the way, gelling and all that stuff and figuring out the rotation. That's what it's really for, right? But for the Cavaliers, it proved that the regular season really was it made us look like frauds in a sense. But the playoffs is a different speed. You got to get more creative. More physicality is being brought to you, and these players and coaches, they just wasn't prepared, man. That's just what it was. They just wasn't prepared. Um, and then Kobe Altman also said that there wouldn't be any sweeping changes or overreactions to the Cavs first round exit to the New York Knicks. That's what he said, right? And I so basically he look, and I'll say this: two things can be true, right? This the fan base and everybody could be over, they could be right, or everything is an overreaction. We don't know, right? Um, until the next season, but there's no way you don't make major changes after that being shown to the world. If you want to keep Donovan or extend him, you can't go into the next season like that. You need to keep him happy and surround him with shooters and tough guys or guys that get physical. You can't go into the season with the same, you know, you can't go into the season with the same roster, bro, basically. Um, but you need them type of guys, man, shooters and physical guys. And Donovan, I believe he had that in Utah, man. He had guys who were spaced out the floor, and being able to knock down the three. And he had guys who can get physical. The guys like Royce O'Neal and the Joe Ingles of the world and them. So you had to retool this team, the bench, You just got to do it, man. And I'm not calling a liar, but he is definitely look. He's. I don't want to say. He just said he's definitely going to make moves. It's called saying the right things at the moment right now. He's just saying the right things, and then do a whole different thing. That's what it's really going to be about, man. Um, Let me play this quick audio about Kobe Altman. Because I'm not playing the whole thing because, like I said, it's it's pretty long, man. So we ain't gonna be here forever. I'm gonna be out soon. Let's play the audio.
But there's no sweeping changes. No one's going to panic off of this first round loss. Just like there's stuff to be gained from this playoff experience, the 51 wins in a hyper-competitive NBA, there's a lot to learn from that as well in terms of what we can be successful at, and we know we can be better. So to your point, it's different basketball. We have to learn from that. We have to grow from that. But we will be better for going through what we went through the past 10 days.
Some of those things that you
to adjust, but there's no the disappointment of the last 10 days, but also what we got going forward.
Respectfully, there's been a lot of external noise about his future and given the history here as well. Do you want to quash any of that?
With JB, I haven't heard that. And certainly not from me. Me and JB did exit interviews with together with every player, and I think for us, it's like it always is the summer and how we can grow together in the summer, how we stay connected. Player development remains a big focus for us. Chris talked about obviously the lack of experience, and then there's also in terms of a physical maturity that you get going through these playoffs, getting stronger, understanding the competitive nature, the physicality, the focus that you have to have. This is going to be a big offseason for us, and setting up players for success this offseason going into next year will be big, and that's what we spoke about together.
Kelsey.
In terms of the disappointment of the last 10 days.
Real serious. So it looked like I'm going to be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be a daddy or nothing, but if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me. Because I seen it all, and I done it all to the full. Now you may think you seeing some new shit out here, but this ain't nothing but a rerun to me. You know what I'm saying? Getting real.
Now, basically, in so many words, JB is I'm looking for JB to be staying put for now. Every year Kobe Altman got bashed by the fans, and then out of nowhere he comes up with these last minute trades and have you loving him again and giving you hope. Like he just come out of nowhere with these last minute trades. He be making trades like out of a bag of chips and bringing back some good steak or something like that. Like that's the type of trades he be making sometimes. So I trust Kobe on his offseason guide. But look, man, it's all about winning and having the right guy. And things you gotta know or want to know is JB that right guy? Do he have the right vision? Do he have a vision? I think he do. Is there a culture with this team? What is his team identity? And stuff like that. I think JB stays for now. I think the guys believe in him. I think that he hasn't lost his voice in the locker room at all. There's definitely though is definitely a pattern, a concerning pattern here though. With him getting promoted at the every job, him getting promoted, and then after another firing of a coach, and then he being let go eventually. Do I see the same faith being said here? I don't know, man. Right now it's the unknown. I just look at that pattern, but this is his chance to prove something here, right? Like I said, he's been around the game for a long time. JB been around the game for a long time, man. There are head coaches out there, but why make the move if it's not the move that you feel like is necessary? Like I said before, I think JB is a good coach. He did get exposed in the playoffs along with his players, and he got outcoached by a veteran head coach. It's not like JB can't improve. This was his first time with this team, and like a team that he can call his team and be able to coach. End of the day, JB is part of the blame for the season ending, but look at our team. That's what you got to look at. Kobe made no moves to improve the bench, so JB is forced, right? He was forced to see what works with these rotations. And the rotations was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was still bad. Questionable rotations, and his defensive matchups I wasn't really too fond of. But Kobe again didn't make no moves for this guy. So I say give JB a bench he can work with that fit with this team. Give him and Donovan Mitchell some shooters and some defenders. Then we can this conversation and get rid of him, right? If that's the case, to get rid of him, talk if it goes south, depending on the next season or whatever. But like I said, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, man. I have no problem with JB. Um, but I do think if I want to see what happened when they retool his roster and give him a bench, and then we could like come back to this eventually. So I just want to see what happened with that, though, man. Um, but yeah, man, that's it, man, right there, man. That's it right there with the JB thing, man. So um, hopefully, we get a good outcome in the off season, man. I'm curious to see what Kobe Altman can do, man. But shout out to you, man. You just got finished listening to Tunensports, man. That's been my time. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and it's free to subscribe. So why not, man? Uh, but thank you, man. I'm gonna continue to come with the updated cast content along with my other regular videos. But as far as the lives, I'm gonna continue to come with the cast. Stay updated with the team, man. I'm excited for the off season, man. Just to see what moves we can make, if it's any. But yeah, man. Uh, appreciate y'all, man. And it's your boy, man. I'm signing out, man. Appreciate y'all.